Just breathing your day, yeah, making waves, kicking ass online, can't behave, laughing in the face of wannabe queens, living off memes and caffeine dreams. She's got a bad attitude, can't you see? Foodie Beauty, fat flex, but she shapes the beam, freezing, don't care, facing the screen, ruling Gorl World like it's her scene. She's got a bad attitude, can't you see? Foodie Beauty, fat flex, but she shapes the beam, freezing, don't care, facing the screen, ruling Gorl World like it's her scene. Just breathing the day, ain't no one can catch, calling out the fakes, leaving them in the patch. That baddest woman with the smirk so mean, in the murky depths of life stream. Tears down the walls with the wit so raw, filters off, can't handle her flaw, sharp tongue blade and a smoldering smile, leaving haters burned, exiled. Just breezing the day, ain't no one can catch, calling out the fakes, leaving them in the patch. That baddest woman with a smirk so mean, in the murky depths of life stream. She tears down the walls with her wit so raw, filters off, can't handle her flaw, sharp tongue blade and a smoldering smile, leaving haters burned, exiled. She tears down the walls with the wit so raw, filters off, can't handle her flaw, filters off, can't handle her flaw, leaving haters burned, exiled. Living each moment without a damn care, streaming her truth for all to share. Gorl World shaking under her reign, feel the wrath of just Breezen's name. Living each moment without a damn care, streaming her truth for all to share. Gorl World shaking under her reign, feel the wrath of just Breezen's name. Living each moment without a damn care, streaming her truth for all to share. Gorl World shaking under her reign, feel the wrath of just Breezen's name. Just breezing the day, ain't no one can catch, calling out the fakes, leaving them in the patch. Baddest woman with the smirk so mean, in the murky depths of live stream.
Good morning, you guys. Good morning. Good morning. Today is supposed to be a big day. We'll see what happens. I think Eid is over. I think Paws Kuwait is supposed to be doing something about Foodie Beauty. My hopes aren't up. My hopes are not that high, actually, but we'll see what happens. I kind of wanted to go live to say, hi, I'm still alive. Twitter's been funny. Let's go chat over there. Good morning, Free the People. Hello, Sleeping Lisa. Be kind, Rainbow Road. Aaron. Hello, hello. Good morning. Thank you for gifting a membership, by the way, and welcome back, Shauna. Sorry I took yesterday off. I have a lot of opinions on things right now, so sometimes I need to know when to give myself a timeout. And I did. I spent all day cuddling with my dog. I feel refreshed, reset, ready to conquer the world. I don't know. I just needed yesterday, to be honest, and I didn't trust my mouth whatsoever. I still kind of don't, but we'll see how it goes. Hello, Eric. Hello, our beautiful Breezy and amazing Breezy bunch. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. I'm so sorry you were blocked, by the way. On a side note, if you are blocked and you shouldn't be, and you know you shouldn't be, please reach out to me. We had a rogue mod. I don't know. Basically, I called them out and gave them like enough times to change their behavior. And it was weird. From the second I called them out, all my regulars started getting blocked, except for mods, because I don't think you can block mods. And then I wouldn't know about it because when a mod blocks somebody, like it doesn't show in my studio, right? Anyways, if you don't think that you should be blocked, please reach out to me so I can fix that. I know Sniper was blocked too, Missy was blocked. God, so many people. So I'm really sorry about that. Thank you to the ones who did reach out to me. I love you guys. Hey, everybody. Okay, I think that covered that part. Let me go to Twitter. Let me go to Twitter. I still do want to talk about Paws Kuwait. I honestly need to be in the right frame of mind though. Like I have to go into it knowing that I'm just going to be in a shitty ass mood. Um, I keep finding out more, you guys. They've been exposed for having dog fighting rings, all kinds of stuff. So again, I just don't have high hopes, but maybe they're horrible people and they still reported Foodie Beauty. Maybe, maybe. All right, let me make this a little bit bigger. So this is going to be a variety of like Foodie Beauty, Amberlynn talk, I don't know, random stuff about me in there. Random stuff. We are like Bob the Builder. We can fix it. We can. I mean, almost anything is fixable. Almost anything. Except for when you betray somebody's trust. That's not fixable. All right, let's keep going. And that wasn't aimed at Be Kind, just so everybody knows. But Be Kind knows what I'm talking about. Oh my God, do you guys remember when all these women were thirsting after Nader, and there was a woman named Debbie who kept sending videos of herself twerking? Well, that's on Twitter today. Completely forgot about her. Completely forgot about it. Hello, Backrooms. Good to see you. Nothing was ever broken. They can't break anything. Ooh, that was beautiful. Cowboy Dog said, I'll never forgive Salah for taking her spark away. For my visually impaired friends, photo of a topless Chantal, sweaty with messed up hair and melted makeup in the midst of passionately effing a crackhead. She used to upload photos like this. Why, I don't know. I'm sorry to do that first thing in the morning. This isn't much better, though. I asked ChatGPT to turn my dog into a person, and I've never been more terrified in my life. Um, so then, like, I also asked them to turn my boyfriend's cat into a person, and that wasn't much better. It just got weirder and weirder. So that is not what my dog looks like as a person. I don't know what that is, but I want it away. Let's keep going. Good time, son. Good morning, be kind. That's disgusting as fuck with the bad eyebrows. Yeah. This is what's going on in LA right now, by the way. I don't know what protest people are talking about when they're calling it a peaceful protest because I mean, maybe it's just me. I don't consider setting things on fire to be peaceful. There was a fire at the back of my daughter's school. I don't know if it was because of this stuff, but like, it's why fuck? We just got rid of the fires. We just put them out. Whole entire cities destroyed. And now we're just letting everybody start fires again. I really don't like our governor. Hate our mayor even more. And that's my opinion for the day that nobody asked for. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Bite your tongue, Breezy. Bite your tongue. Bite your tongue. That's not, no, that's not peace. Like, I mean, people have a right to protest, right? Peaceful protests, I'm all for. Um, that is not peaceful. That is not peaceful. There was an account, oh my God, I was so shocked. There was this account on Twitter I was following during the fires because they were like the first to let everybody know about where all the new fires were popping up, right? It was the LA Scanner. And so I remember I followed them during the fires, everything that was happening in California. And I don't know what happened, but suddenly I checked in on them the other day and they were doxing where the ICE people were, like what hotels they were staying at and where the National Guard was going to, like all they were, it was so bad. Anyways, and then you guys, this is a whole other rabbit hole. And then it found out once they were doxing where people were staying, and I think three. 3 people in ICE were injured. Anyway, so once they were doing that, then people found out who that account was, and they were in trouble for stalking somebody under the age of 18, and they're not even allowed to have a scanner. It's wild. It's a whole rabbit hole. If you get bored, search LA scanner on Twitter. Crazy, you sound so fucking ignorant right now. I live here and I'm seeing what's going on. There's nothing peaceful happening. Nothing peaceful. Have you seen the people that ICE has gotten so far, what they're here for? They're hiding out here with rape charges, DV charges. I'm ignorant, or you are. Anyways, let's keep going. RIP Marty, yes, that's in no way peaceful. The government has every right to step in. I stand with ICE, Backroom said. Marty is in North Korea vacationing. Hey Genevieve, I saw that during the 2020 George Floyd protests, there were undercover officers framing protesters by causing violence and damage. This is one of those things where we're just not gonna agree on whatsoever. I'm not talking about George Floyd or any of that. Like I mean, I live right outside of LA. I see what's happening and I know what's going on. I know what's going on here. So this is one of those things in general we're probably gonna have to agree to disagree on. And let's just stick to foodie. This is why I didn't go live yesterday. This is why. She does not sound ignorant at all. No one should be setting fires on cars and looting stores. Amen. I think they missed the part where I said people have a right to peacefully protest. I think they missed that part. I'm just scared for the kids who are potentially in danger because of all the chaos. That part right there, it's scary. It's really, really scary. And there's children too young to understand what's going on in general. That's who I feel sorry for. That's who I feel sorry for. Round them up, send them back rooms. Eid has ended. I wonder what we will get an update on charges from Paws. Hopefully today. Hopefully they promised. So we'll see what happens with them. Nothing but love said, Foodie, who? I hope you never come back. You know, I've had the nicest time with her being away. I really have. I'm not in a hurry for her to come back. But if she does, Foodie, if you're listening, can you at least rage? Can you at least rage? And can you spill some tea on your fake husband, please? That would be the only reason I would be excited to see you back. These riots are a joke, and the people causing them need to be gone. I'll say it. Chantal showing her face will be such a huge mistake for her. Yeah, I agree. Rage against the machine. Oh, I just. Yes, I think I need to listen to some Rage Against the Machine. I really enjoy their music. I really do. Julie said Foodie Beauty must be really scared to stay quiet for this long. Yeah, I don't know. I still think she's gonna come back. I have this big feeling, you guys. She's gonna come back smug and say, I told you nothing was gonna happen. I just have a feeling, but I would love for her to be in trouble. I would love for her to have to answer for what she's done. I would love for some of her behaviors to be stopped. I would love that part. No, that doesn't mean I want her dead, but I think people who break the law should be held accountable. I had to answer for every time I broke the law. Why is anybody else special? Just wondering. Do you guys like the Dropkick Murphys? I'm shipping up to Boston. I feel like I should go to Boston right now. It's probably safer there. Or how about some Rancid? Do you guys like Time Bomb? I realized at 42 years old I was singing most of the lyrics wrong. I feel like that's like the story of my life though. Like if I'm not sure of a lyric, I just kind of make it up and go with it, and that's forever how that song goes to me. Anyways, this is about the Paws Kuwait. There's going to be some stuff mixed in here because I need you guys to not get your hopes up about this Paws Kuwait stuff. But Hurl said this doesn't raise any eyebrows. Paws Kuwait claims to have 1,500 animals. No, you didn't mishear me. Paws Kuwait claims to have 1,500 animals and doesn't have the money for food to even feed them. 1,500 animals. Think about that. I'm going to say it again. 1,500 animals. 1,500 animals. I know everybody was saying, well, where are they asking for donations? I believe this is them asking for donations, right? We only received one bag of food for 10 dinars. Just one bag for more than 1,500 1,500 hungry souls in the shelter. Every day they call us when they are hungry. Our hand is empty. We cannot give them anything. We need at least 50 sacks to last this week. I beg you. Sitting, please help us feed them. Don't let them sleep hungry today. I want to remind you guys, there's been whistleblowers on this Paws Kuwait, and in 2019 there was dog fights happening there. Not like just a coincidence. It's not like two dogs were boarding there and got into a fight. I'm talking about dog fighting. It sounds like they hoard animals, and I can't stay silent about it anymore. I can't. So we might just talk about some of this stuff now. Everything I have seen from these people is shady as fuck. Do you know the forms that they showed that we've all been sharing? Salah's name is nowhere on those forms, and the forms say they're not completed. If they're truly going after Salah like they promised, why wasn't his name on any of the documents? Why aren't they completed? If they were taking everything seriously and they sent a whole CD, I just need people to really have an open mind when we get into more tweets about this. Again, this might have to be something for another stream. I don't know, but we're at least going to talk about some of it now. Um, let's lighten the mood for a second and remember this woman who used to thirst after Nader. And I don't know how she got brought back up or why she got brought back up, but these are the women he used to have going after him. There's I don't think I could play the music. Let's mute it. I don't feel like having to mute it out after. Does that do anything for you guys out there? Why don't they reach out to pet food companies and ask for pet food? They could. I thought they were supposed to be updating us today. Saying just me. And if they do, I will definitely be live again to let you guys know of any updates. I'm like horrified, yet I can't look away right now. I don't know what that says about me. Why? Maybe she thought she looked really good doing this. Maybe. I mean, she can sure get it to jiggle, I'll give her that. Alright, let's get away from this. Oh no, I think we have more of it. Oh! Alright, let's turn the sound on and go full screen. And it's evening time there, you don't say. Hmm. The original Paws ended their campaign in Kuwait, like 13 years ago. And I think Rola just took the name. I think their campaign ended and Rola just continued on with it. But you guys, there's some weird stuff going on with this Paws Kuwait. Like in 1 year, an arsonist came and burned their place down, right? And it killed like 20 animals, something along the lines of that. And then after that, a masked gunman came in and then did something to all the animals too. Like, what are the odds so many bad things can happen with this one Rolla person involved, right? And then again, the 2019 dog fighting ring. Just, I think there's something very bad about Paws Kuwait, and I know people want to believe so badly that they're gonna go after Chantal and that it's a good place because when somebody says they're an animal lover and they're rescuing animals, we wanna believe it, right? Like, we wanna believe that so badly. But there's also bad people in this world who use animals, in not so good ways, and I have, like, everything in me is telling me this Rolla lady is bad, and the more I find out, you guys, it is not good. Not good. And I haven't felt right since learning about this. Everybody's afraid to talk about it. I know the Rolla person chases people off, harasses them. There was an account on Twitter exposing Paws Kuwait. They got all kinds of threats and had to delete their account. People do not want us to talk about this, but that's what makes me want to talk about it even more. People are trying to shut us up for a reason, right? Something bad's going on. I don't believe that Bruce is being sent to America. the story keeps changing. He was gonna be hospitalized for 3 days. He was gonna have this happen. He was gonna have that happen. Do you know to send an animal to another country, you have to have a health certificate? They have to be a certain age to be able to fly. I believe it's 6 months old, right? Some countries may be a little different, but how is this cat that was still nursing when Chantal took it gonna be shipped off to the States? It just none of it makes sense to me. How is this woman how does she have 1,500 animals, but she has time to be in everybody in Gorl World's DMs, right? 1,500 animals in her care, but she has time to yap it up with Smear Drop and make plans for her to come to Kuwait and meet her? Anyways, cats in 3 to 4 months old before they can travel internationally. I wonder if this is fake and this is something that thought up a lot of see, and I know I sounded crazy the other day. Hold on, let me get her boobs off the screen while we're talking about this. It's just like I look off into space when I'm talking, but when I look back at the screen, we're talking about something so serious, and then I'm like, this lady's boobs are like smack right there. Okay, so just popping in. Hey, Tia. The other day, I know I sounded crazy, and again, people do not want me talking about this, right? But what if Foodie, because Foodie's the one who contacted this Paws Kuwait and said, "Hey, there's a kitten and its mother." What if they're in on this together? What if? And this lady promised to go after Foodie Beauty so Foodie Beauty can go on one of her little visa runs, sneak away, and we're all distracted thinking there's gonna be charges placed against her. Meanwhile, she's getting high in Canada, and she's gonna pop back up and tell us, "I told you all nothing's gonna happen to me." It's just or his family. Hi, everyone coming in, please like this stream. Tia's so excited for her I know, Tia. This is such an exciting time for you. Send me pictures, please. Reptile, what did Reptile say? Hold on. Men of culture, weep. Foodie isn't smart enough. Hey, fashionable. What if Salah came up with all of this to get rid of Foodie? Which that I would believe more than Foodie being smart enough to come up with all this on her own. What if he wanted her gone? All I know, I mean, it could be true. They could be reporting Chantal. Maybe that part is really gonna happen. But I don't know. All these people praising them and getting personal updates from Rola, from Paws Kuwait, and all these voice notes and all this stuff. Well, I guess she's not asking for money directly. She's not saying, "Hey, PayPal me." She has a lot of people believing that she's saving 1,500 animals. Meanwhile, in a year from now, there'll be another news article about somebody coming in and all the animals dying. I'm telling you, I'm calling it now. I think she hoards animals. I think she uses them for financial gain, and that's just my opinion based on what I've seen. And so everybody's saying like, "Oh, well, it was, pause. Somebody else has taken over." Yeah, it's that Rolla person. And in 2019, there was dog fighting going on there. Come on. I thought Paws was a real thing. And again, I have to say they are not affiliated. Paws Kuwait is not affiliated with Paws LA, Paws Chicago. No, this is a woman Rola who just took over their name. There was a that was in Kuwait, but their campaign ended there, and this Rola person is now using the name. Hey boobies, your name cracks me up every time I see it. Congratulations to your daughter today, Tia. Yes, and congratulations to you. You guys must be so proud. You did well. You did really, really well. I'm just me. There are many good pause centers, but this company is claiming the name. Yeah, I called the Pause LA. Somebody was really mad at me on Twitter about that. Because people are saying, Breezy, you have all these complaints, but why don't you call and see if they're affiliated? So I looked for Pause LA phone number and I called it and I said, "Hi, are you affiliated with a Pause Kuwait?" And they said, "No." And I said it again just to be sure. I said, "Okay, just to be clear, are you affiliated with a Paws Kuwait?" And she's like, "No." But the way she sounded so confused, I don't know. If this Paws was really affiliated with all the Kuwaits, you would think everybody would know about them, right? I mean, you know what I mean. This Paws Kuwait was affiliated with all the Paws. You would think other Paws would know about them. Thank you, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow. Holy mackerel. Sorry, I'm learning this all now. Thanks. Be kind. Yeah, oh, and people are mad that I ended up calling Paws LA, but, like, I didn't harass them, I didn't hassle them, I simply just said, "Are you affiliated with the Paws Kuwait?" And okay, let me go back to Twitter. I gotta get back to this foodie stuff. I don't know. It's gonna be a weird balance because I have these Paws Kuwait tweets just like thrown in there, okay? So just know there's gonna be laughing in between, but like I'm not good with really hard subjects anyways. I don't like to sit in shit for too long. I don't like feeling helpless for that long. Um, what I can take control of is letting people know that I don't think this Pause Kuwait is good whatsoever. Be careful if they're in your DMs. I would stop talking to them. Why are they sending rose emojis to people? And oh, I can't wait to meet you. You're the nicest. It's giving romance scammer. I'm gonna be honest. Like, it's giving romance scammer. It just is. Heart emojis, rose emojis for someone from Gorl World you don't even know, and you want them to come to Kuwait to meet you. How do you have the time with 1,500 animals? How? And how are Bruce's costs covered, but you don't have enough money to feed your animals? None of it makes sense, lady, if you're listening, Rola. I heard she wanted to go on Yaba's panel. Yaba declined. This lady is apparently listening to everything, by the way. All right, so I need to laugh at this lady twerking really fast. That's what I need to do. And then, do you guys remember her though? Were you around for this part? Or when did you first come into Foodie Beauty stuff? All right. She thought that was a good idea to send to somebody. I mean, I get it. I've sent pictures and things I regret too, obviously. Um, however, I don't know. It gives me life. Okay. All right. Anyways, and this is a video that she sent to Nader. Why again? I don't know.
Why would you want to fuck with a bitch that denies being with you? I mean, we know she's lying badly, I might add. When there's hot ass bitches lining up to sit on that big dick.
Oh,
Rich bitches.
to sit on that big
Why would you want
dick?
to fuck with a bitch?
Oh my lord. Well, good morning. Um, I wonder if she knew that he had the gonorrhea and all those things. Like, why would you want to sit on that? On his of all of them. Dude, this bitch ain't hot. Okay, I was gonna say I think she's hotter than Dee Dee, but then she talked more, and then I was like, never mind. She's one of those that just shouldn't talk, maybe. Cole said, "Is this the one that called her bank in a video to show Nader what her bank balance was?" Yes, I cannot get away from her boobs. They're still on my screen. Okay, Tired AF said, "I believe you are correct." Did she do that? She called her bank in a video? I mean, I guess Dee Dee must have more money then. He chose Dee Dee. Stig said this didn't even get the deep dive it deserved, in my opinion. What on earth was she thinking? Where did she come from? And why was she telling the world she wanted Nader? That time was wild. Where did she go? Like, is she still here lurking amongst us? Do you know that you're good enough to sit on a not diseased peen, one that doesn't have herp or gonorrhea? And he said, ma'am, I often draw my eyebrows on with a coat hanger hook as my stencil. Stop eyebrow shaming. Someone asked whatever happened to her. I want to know. Oh gosh. She even has her own little. I mean, she can make it jiggle. It's going. She shouldn't make that face ever again, though. Okay. Anyways, Nader could never get into the US anyway. Thank God for that. Mara Lee said, rich bitch? Nah, Miss Debbie is just bitch doing badly. Joanna said, wait, is that the big titty bitch Cutie was talking about? Tired AF said, no, this is the big titty bitch from the Nader era. Posted to send Chantal into a tizzy over this lady, trying to pull a Dee Dee before Dee Dee was a thing. Eeh. Ma'am, worry more about your cat crying and less about infected dishwasher peen. Yeah, that would be a good idea. Murder She Throats. Murder She Throats said she was feeling herself. She really was. I love that name. Murder She Throats. People are very creative. Store-bought teeth. I watched Sunburst Taro's video. Was Chantal set up to leave Kuwait? Explained a lot about what went down. Do you have a link? Really, store? I saw the video but didn't watch it. Infected dishwasher. Eric said it would be hilarious. Become the new Cabela since she goes after. Oh, what if she is messaging Salah? That's where she went. I would love that. Oh my gosh, please let that happen. She has to still be here, right? She's got a cute face, I think. But again, then she talks and it's like, oh. Unbelievably annoying cat voice said, fun fact, I went on a Ferris wheel at Asiatique in February with 5 other people. I thought we'd need 2 cars because of the Foodie Beauty video. Y'all, those cars are for 8 people. They're huge. Yeah, she somehow makes it look tiny. And she takes up the whole bench. Hold on, I don't know what my laptop's doing. Oh, and here's proof of multiple people in it. Wow. Look at how big it looks with normal-sized people in there, and then with booties in it. It looks like, I don't know, a tiny little Ferris wheel. Hold on. Oh, you sent me the link for the throat video or the tarot video? The throat video of Murder She Throwed on my brain. Was Chantal set up to get out of Kuwait? Okay. Thank you. I'm gonna save it to my watch later. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, one second. Now I got out of my chat. Come back to me, you guys. Salah isn't picking up anything. The throat video sounds interesting. I didn't mean the throat video, the tarot video. Oh my gosh. Okay, PI said Foodie Beauty's face is so round. Legend has it that Neil Armstrong tried to put a flag on it. That made my day. What the hell? Oh, with those noodle arms. What fire dot? The one in Thailand? I truly believe Salah set fire with the cig in the bathroom. Remember when Marty was covering it? And he was even saying he thought that they set the fire. They went somewhere and it set fire like the very next day. It was odd. And then I feel like during the time there was fires, it seemed like happening all around her. Then they got back home, and then there was a fire near her apartment. It was bizarre. But anyways, I know Marty thought that, or at least he made it seem like he thought that they started it. And that video has to do with anything Gorl World related. I would stay away and not watch. The floating market, yes. I hope he gets in trouble for that. Oh, I'm sure he will. Okay, let me look at the comments. Actually, I'm not sure that he will. I hope he will. Let's see. Tat said, I don't even know what I'm looking at. That's what her face really looks like. And it's even bigger than that. And her lips look like an asshole, do they not? Acadia Strong said, oh yeah, I remember that. Oh my gosh, that's perfect. One small step for girls, one giant leap for girl comment. The only way I see a picture is like this now. Badusi made it. Funniest shit ever. Oh my god, that's so scary. Oh, I don't like this. This one is somehow the scariest picture in the world. Wookie said a big fat face and oh, the lips that look like a bunghole. Yeah, we're all jealous. Where's your butthole lips? Mad Black Puss said, Dear AI, please smooth my skin, enlarge my eyes, make my nostrils 2 different sizes, replace my mouth with my asshole, and blow tons of air into it. Thanks! MJ said when the pole pierced her skin, Gravy erupted like Old Faithful. Becky said, "Don't be silly. We all know that Nader and Pete's were the only sickos willing to put anything on Chantal's face." Oh my God. It's true, though. Someone said her filters are top notch. They deserve a raise. And then this came up. Trump, the backbone of America, getting this country back in shape. Okay, that shirt isn't cute, though. Well, I don't know. I can't look at lightning bolts the same ever since I watched Pump Rules and I knew about the cheating thing and they wore the little lightning necklaces. I don't know. I'm just not a fan of them. I guess if you really like Trump, this might be the shirt for you. Okay. Lauren said every day that she's gone, she loses so much more money and we lose so much interest. True. Your mom's emotional support carrot said the last Kuwait supper, Foodie Beauty edition. That's funny. Yep, that's nightmare fuel right there. It was terrifying. It's like if your potato that you were about to peel had a face and it was looking at you and saying, "Please don't peel me." I don't know. It just made me uncomfortable. But Foodie makes me uncomfortable, so there's that. And now I can't get off this picture of her mug. Okay. Go back, egghead. Okay, so Salt and Sauce said, "Is Eid over? Any news on Chin specifically? Charges yet?" So I retweeted this just so I can go back and look to see if anybody knew anything. The tuk-tuk had been around for decades and she broke it in one 5-minute ride. She did. Yeah, stay safe, LA people. Shit's getting wild. It's crazy right now. What is this? This train never crashes. Remember when Foodie posted that? Wonder how it's going, Foodie. Paws will update tomorrow. Huh. That was 13 hours ago. What if we just don't get an update? Side B Queen said Tuesday. I believe there will be an update. By who? I don't know. Today's Tuesday, right? So it's supposed to be today. I think it may take time about the charges unless they decide or have decided to deport her. She's doing cameos, that I do know. She just fulfilled another one yesterday. Buster said she's probably sitting in a pair of dirty undies and a food-stained t-shirt, shoveling pizza slices into her face hole while Salah is in the fetal position on the treadmill, crying and whimpering. That was, I picture him at the Red Room. I think he would just be hiding out there. Gino said, "I personally accuse her on charges of being rude, nasty, and an asshole." Yes. Moon Goddess Tarot said tomorrow is supposed to be the update, I believe. Cypher, or I mean RTU's baby oil tipples. Oh my God, your name. It's 7:07 in Kuwait right now. We should have had an update by now. Interesting. I guess we'll see. I'll look at Smeardrop's Twitter before we go since she's been in the DMs with her and see. Like, we're not leaving right this second. But I'll see if there's any new updates on that. Oh, remember when Foodie said this? "I'm not going to Canada. I'm not stepping near the fucking Western world. We're not going to Canada. We don't want to live there, okay? It's a shithole. I don't like paying taxes. No, I don't like the government taking all of our money." Sorry, there's a lot. Anyways, here's a little refresher of how she feels about Canada, I guess, in the Western world. Oh, is there sound?
I'm not going to Canada. I'm not stepping near the fucking Western world. We're not going to Canada. We don't want to live there. Okay? It's a shithole. I don't like paying taxes. No, I don't like the government taking all our money. Sorry. There's a lot of people leaving Canada as expats. Do you like paying, if you make $100K a year, do you like paying $35,000 in tax when you still have shit healthcare? And yeah, the cops are useless. What, are you happy with that? They tax the crap out of you. I have free healthcare. I went to a clinic here. You know what it cost me for medication and treatment? Several forms of treatment? $3. Also, my medications are a lot cheaper here, actually. By half price. I have no interest in going back there. The feelings I have there compared to here, no. I don't like Canada. I don't have to. You're allowed to like Canada all you want, but I don't. How do I want to utilize the system, Pepperminty? I don't even live there, so try again. What, having a right to healthcare? That's me wanting to utilize the system? Anywhere you live in the world, you have a right to healthcare. Give me a break. guess what? I'm never going back to Canada. I don't want to even go there. Like, I have so many bad memories there. It's just, no. I'm not going to Canada. Fuck Canada. I have such
Wow.
negative feelings of the people in Canada. Like, just the biggest trash. I really wish my family didn't have to live in that shithole. And a lot of the
Wow.
people are shit.
Wow. She calls Canada a shithole. What's crazy, you guys? I remember thinking Canada was so beautiful when she would take us to some of the parks there. I was always amazed by the colors of the trees. I'm like, we just don't get those colors here. We just don't. Like, it's so beautiful. It looks so peaceful there. And she talks so much shit, but I just remember everything looked so beautiful and clean. Like, there wasn't a lot of trash everywhere, right? And then she takes us around Kuwait, and all we see are back alleys and parking lots full of trash. Trash and stray cats. But she has the nerve to call Canada a shithole because she doesn't want to pay taxes? Yikes. This is ignorant speaking. Learn tax brackets, you moron. She doesn't want to pay for healthcare, but wants all the benefits. Yes. Hey, Moonface. Hi, guys. I'm of the opinion that she's still in Kuwait. I think she couldn't get out in time, and now she's afraid of getting stopped at the airport. If she were alone in Kuwait, hey, Beth, I bet things would be a lot different for her, probably. Now she has to crawl back begging. Hey, Lori, good to see you. The Western Hemisphere doesn't want her back. No. If she actually learned to save and understood what a TFSA is kind of like, well, she would be fine. She's so ignorant, RTU, she doesn't even know what she's talking about. Hey, Beth, it's good to see you. Fashionable said she cannot afford to take us to the beautiful parts of Kuwait. That you know what? That's a good point. There's probably really beautiful parts, and we'll just never get to see it. She just showed us parking lots, all trash and animals that looked sick, but I'm sure there's beautiful places. I mean, sometimes she's driven places at night, and I remember there was places that looked all lit up, like a restaurant row kind of a thing, and we're like, "Why don't we go look at that over there?" Instead, we look at water bottles. Nothing but water bottles, trash, and stray cats. Okay, so open first-time home buyers. Like God, she is so ignorant and arrogant at the same time. She doesn't know anything. I hate her. I truly do. Hate is a strong word, but I truly feel feelings of hate towards her. I do. Just in general, her coming from a kid plays a big part of that. But I just feel like she's the biggest waste of space and oxygen and the waste of like a human life. Like, I think of all the people who are taken from us way too soon, right? Way too young. And then there's Foodie Beauty, occupying a body but contributing nothing to this planet or this world. It makes me irrationally angry if I think about it for too long. She is fulfilling Cameo requests, so I think she's getting them from her regulars because anybody else who's requested one, she's declined them. So Board Potty Mouth shared this daily contribution. Chantal is still starving as she is still fulfilling Cameo requests. So it says it was done today at 10:59 a.m. So today was yesterday, I believe. Is today the 10th? Yeah, so yesterday. Her last one was done yesterday. Maybe they're all from anime. I'm telling you, he just got all that money for his legal fund. Somebody donated $700 to him. What are the odds he's not putting it towards a lawyer and he's putting it towards Foodie Beauty feeding? I thought this was really funny. Gorl World content warning. Consumption of Gorl World content may result in the following side effects. Viewer discretion is advised. Potential risks of online overexposure to Gorl World content. Um, as observed in digital consumers under casual to compulsive viewing conditions. Casual to compulsive, yeah, that sounds about right. Psychological distress, irrational frustration, or parasocial rage directed at strangers on the internet. Uh, is it cynical emotion? I can't read that part. Something emotional fatigue from repetitive reaction content, doom scrolling, induced apathy or numbness toward real world priorities, cognitive distortions, involuntary internal monologue mimicking reaction channel catchphrases, difficulty distinguishing between satire, reality, and intentional trolling, decline in empathy due to overexposure to performative suffering. It's true. I feel like I've become the biggest bitch, but you just learn that you can't trust half of what comes out of people's mouths. Like, you really can't. They say they have XYZ, and you're like, no, they don't. They're just lazy because people lie. Behavioral complications, compulsive comment section refresh syndrome. It's called CCRS. Development of false sense of moral support superiority. Neglect of personal hygiene, responsibilities, and interpersonal relationships. No. See, I will be all up in the bullshit and everything going on with a clean ass and good smelling armpits. My hygiene will not be affected by Gorl World. And if it is, then I don't know, you should probably take a break. Responsibilities and interpersonal relationships. Okay, responsibilities, there's times like right now I could be doing laundry, but I'm talking about Foodie Beauty instead. So yeah, okay, social side effects. Alienation from friends and family who just don't get it. Sudden urge to start your own reaction channel with zero production value. Hyper awareness of mukbang eating habits in real life. If symptoms persist, close the tab, go outside, touch grass, reconnect with reality, and hydrate. Recommended dosage, limit Girl World consumption to 1 to 2 videos per week. Avoid late night binges, comment feuds, and unnecessary deep dives into creator live streams. And take 2 ibuprofens and you should be cured. I got an idea to get her location. One of us need to ask for a cameo of her eating, but of something impossible to get in Kuwait. And if she gets it easily, she's not there. That is a really good idea. Good chart. Who made it? Mandy. Mando Calrissian on Twitter. I thought it was pretty damn amazing. Piggy said, okay, who ordered the cameos? We need to see. Let's see if it's in these comments. Maybe. I don't. Oh, no. Not you. Empress isn't it. Feeders, Lisa said. Yeah, I feel like it's anime. This thing creeps me out, you guys. It pops up in my ads all over Twitter. I don't know what it is, but I know it really bothers me. Okay, JM said Salah. I'm sunk too, said probably herself. You know, someone in our chat the other day was saying that they think Foodie Beauty may have to fulfill a certain amount of cameos in order to, I don't know, do something or keep it. So maybe she's buying them. I could believe that too. But then again, she's broke. Maybe Salah. My gut just tells me anime. Good idea, Eric, but what could it be? Eric, I think someone has tried that. I imagine she's kicking herself with all the troll cameo requests she's turning down. Teddy said, I may be alone in this, but I don't miss her. I don't really either. Like, I don't care that she's gone. And I know everybody wants us to be all upset and lost without her, but I'm just not. I feel like the birds are chirping, the sun is shining a little bit brighter. It's just been amazing. Hold on, I can't find my vape, and I can't concentrate until I find it. Oh, there it is. Okay. Wait, now I don't know where you guys went. Okay, rough math. So 100K in Canadian, you'd be paying estimated 17K in taxes. But if you contribute to your savings account like RRSP, you'd be paying 13K. See, but the way I see it is if we do it, convince her to get something she likes that is out of season in Kuwait. So we know it would take her time to get there. So if she gets it really easily, she's gone. Maybe we should do it. I think that's a really good idea. We saw this clip, right, where she was talking shit. Okay, now to Spike, she said, how could she ever show her face again would be beyond me. Everything she tried convincing people of has turned out to be fake. All the speculation seemed to have been on point. She's made a bigger fool of herself. I just can't imagine speaking so horribly of where you're from. Like, I don't know. Like, there's a lot of things I don't like that's going on in the U.S., but like, I'm proud to be where I'm from. I'm proud to be an American. I am. I don't think I would ever go to another country talking shit and then crawl my way back to the United States being like, oh, just kidding. Sorry, I was going through a hard time, Sorry. She's nasty. She's nasty, and I hope the Canadians shun her. I hope they do. Buster said, excellent boiled potato said, I just thought of something. If Foodie Beauty is back in Canada land, think of how miserable poor Buster must be. He looks like he wants to bite her every time he sees her. And he's such a good boy. He really is. So this is from the farms. People were talking about it. The farms is even talking about Paws Kuwait, you guys, pointing out things that they find suspicious. But somebody from this farm, Strawberry Douche, I guess, said, I could have sworn that when all this kicked off 2 Saturdays ago, Saint Sonia said the cats had already been flown off to America. Now maybe they are in Kuwait, but maybe they were flown somewhere else and are under observation, and their initial care, which cost $3,000, was already covered, but it isn't, and that $3,000 needs to be replenished. This is a classic kickback scheme. Make sure you donating using this name. Again, they can't afford $250 for life-saving treatment, but they can afford to feed and house hundreds of animals in well-appointed surroundings. Rola said 1,500 animals. 1,500 animals. But yeah, their updates aren't making sense. At the start of this, they told us that Bruce was already going to be on his way to the States. Remember? Remember when we first started getting all these updates? They said they were going to be sending him to the States. He already had a home. But now it turns out he hasn't been sent there yet. And it doesn't sound like he has a home. It sounds like they're hoping to adopt him somebody in the United States. None of it makes sense, you guys. I am not a fan of the farms, to be honest. I don't even know how to work it. But I do know if they're talking about it, it's probably for a reason, right? So much time has passed that I can see her visiting Canada and now went back to Kuwait. Who knows? My gut says she never left Kuwait. Booby said, look what Strawberry Douche said. Delete the obit, you piece of shit. I don't know who that's to. There was a fire yesterday, but I believe it's put out now. It was in the Pacific Palisades. Cowboy Dog said she's coming back this week. She can't afford not to. See, I feel like she's gonna pop up any day. I don't know. I feel like she's been gone for an eternity in her world because she truly has nothing else going on. So it's been an eternity. She's not making any money to feed her addictions. If she's able to come live again, she will soon. She will. This was my salad from Porto's yesterday. I didn't put salad dressing on it yet. I took the picture before I put it on just because it looked so amazing. But can I tell you how refreshing this salad is? It's perfect. It's perfect for the summer. It's actually perfect any time of day. I think I had it at like 10:30 in the morning for my lunch. To be fair, I didn't have breakfast though, so I guess it was my breakfast and lunch. But there's something about apples and pomegranate seeds and red onion and salad that go together very, very well, and you wouldn't think that they do, but it's one big party in your mouth. So if you want to recreate this at home, like you really should, you really, really should. All right. Look what Strawberry Douche said. Missy Elliott has a song about how to work it. Every personal business entity involved with the girls is going to be on the Kiwi Farms radar. She's just trying to figure out how to spin all of this and blame us for the lies. It was so good. I don't know. It's the best salad I've ever had in my life. All right, let me try and get away from this salad because I'm truly just tempting myself to order another one at this point. Um, okay, so this was a whole thread, you guys. Pause. I'm gonna scroll through really fast. Okay. So Hurl said the real pause when it existed was way more transparent than whatever this new pause is. And they linked the Paws Kuwait YouTube channel. I will tell you, I've seen the original Paws Kuwait Instagram, and it was focused on adoption and success stories. This Rola person who took over Paws Kuwait, her whole Instagram is graphic photos, like horrible, horrible photos that I don't know if anybody would post. Like I've worked at animal hospitals, and, like, even that you don't post the dogs that come in hit by a car, you post the dog going home to its family, like, "Here's Buddy," you know? "He had a really bad week, but his mom picked him up and she promised him treats all day." Like, you post that stuff, right? Even in animal rescues, like, you're mostly worried about, like, getting your animals adopted or fostered out to a good home, you know? But all these pictures are, like, the most graphic things, I'm telling you, that's why I was telling you guys before, I'm like, I wouldn't go search their Instagram. Anyways, I'm saying this to say the original Paws that ended their campaign in Kuwait, their Instagram, their YouTube channel, it was all based on positivity, adoptions, rescues, and this new Paws is none of that. Meandering said, "Okay, I could look through your tweets, but I have a really bad headache." Today they closed down. Okay, they closed down in 2013, and in 2014, the videos we saw wasn't the same Paws Kuwait? Or did they close down in 2014 because of what was going on? I'm still confused because everyone seems to just use the name. Pearl said the one with the videos closed down in 2013. I found a recent article about the woman who ran it. So, I mean, this is all on Twitter, you guys. I could give you the link to the thread. There's so much more. I'm not showing, like, any of the graphic stuff right now. Well, I'm not going to show it, but I just wanted to let you guys know if you're nervous about that. But I thought the videos were from 2014, Meandering said. Hurl said, "The real Pause last video is 2013." The Pause investigation video people are sharing is from 2014, and there's a third video from 2019, which is the video that I know of about the dog fighting. Let's see. And then look at the description of the video. She was hit by a car and laid for 1 month, paralyzed in front of the Philippine embassy. Randomly, people were feeding her. Finally, Paws volunteers got the call to rescue her. And she was in terrible condition, skin and bones only, dehydrated. Okay, sorry. Meandering said, "Yeah, but then in 2014, it wasn't the real or original Paws Kuwait anymore with the German lady. So did someone just open some shithole, collected animals in 2014, let them suffer, but call it Paws Kuwait and collected donations that probably didn't go to the animals?" Pearl said, "In 2014, that Rola lady created the new one. She used to volunteer at the original one. She is the one in the middle." Hey, Freedom. This current Paws Kuwait is all about the drama. It sounded like Foodie picked the wrong ones to push back on. They aren't afraid to go dirty. No, they're not. Okay, so this one's an update they gave too. Update on Bruce, his siblings, and their sweet mama. Remember this beautiful little family we rescued not long ago? Today they were taken for a full checkup to make sure everything is in order before their upcoming journey. The vet advised they be admitted for 3 days for observation and basic care just to ensure they're healthy, settled, and ready for the next stop of their lives. We're doing our best to make sure they travel safe, healthy, and happy. Grateful to everyone who's been supporting their journey so far. Your kindness is helping them reach a better future. We'll keep you posted with more updates soon. And then Hurl posted this. So the minimum age for pets to fly as checked by baggage will depend on the import regulations of the destination country. For example, dogs must be at least 6 months to enter the United States and 7 months to enter the United Kingdom from some countries. Dogs must be old enough to be vaccinated for rabies, minimum 3 months of age, and should wait for 30 days for optimum effectiveness. And then it gives crate information. Hold on. Forms required. All pets flying as checked baggage must have a valid health certificate, proof of rabies vaccination, and all required documentation for their destination country. But there's more. Hey, Specs. Funny name. Okay, so I want to show you guys some bookmark tweets I have really fast before we continue with Foodie Beauty stuff. Bookmarks. Hold on. I've been bookmarking away. Let's see. Sorry, we're going on a journey, you guys. Mm, see, I mean, Earl has everything documented, you guys. Like, this Rola person took over. She's pretending to be the original Paws Kuwait, and there's 1,500 animals in her care. Dog fighting rings happening. But Earl said this is what happened to the real Paws Kuwait and its former chairperson. This article is from last year, and she says that her project, The Rescue, ended in 2014, which you can cross-reference by reading the article and watching her videos on YouTube. There's a whole article on it. Um, let's see. They just put names up on their website too. Like, it's so bizarre. Hold on. There's so much I have saved. Trying to find. Nikki T said the place with over 400 cats and only one up for adoption sounds legit. And it's weird, you just DM them to adopt. Like every other place I've adopted animals from, because like we adopt in this family, it's just what we do. I bought one pug in my life, and it was from a client at my vet that I worked at. Okay, so I knew it wasn't coming from a puppy mill. Like her dogs had puppies, and anyways, she wanted them to go to a good home. Anyways, that's the only dog I bought for them. Like every other dog we've adopted, like there's usually forms. They want to like check to see where your animal or where the animal could potentially be living. Like, is your yard gated in? Do you have other animals who might not like dogs and cats? Anyways, why do you just send them a DM? Hi, I want this cat. Okay. Oh, okay, but there's more. I'm trying to find the tweet. Wow, that is a lot. Glad he could keep up his pet. It sure doesn't. No, it doesn't seem very professional at all. So Nikki said, I want to show you guys this. I won't click on it. I can't, I don't have it in me. Um, so Paws Kuwait has tried, basically, there's been three whistleblowers that have tried to expose Paws Kuwait. Um, and again, this is probably going to have to be something for a different stream because it's so much. But this place poses as a shelter, begging for money while hosting sponsored dog shows, dog fighting, and they said that they couldn't even watch any more after that. The original chairman, Manuela, was a piece of shit, just like Rola, it seems. Appreciate anyone who can archive. I bookmarked it. I can't watch it. I don't have it in me. I believe if somebody says there's dog fighting going on, I feel like that's a pretty wild lie to just make up, right? And while I am not fond of this Nikki T person, let me tell you, I'm not fond of her. I do believe her when she's archiving stuff about Paws Kuwait. I do. Her whole Twitter is full of stuff right now that she's finding out about them. There's some really shady stuff going on. I don't know that I believe Bruce is being sent anywhere. Um, they keep posting pictures of the cats too, and the cats look filthy like from the day Foodie Beauty was fucking with them. Like if they were in veterinary care, wouldn't they have been cleaned up? If they're getting treatment and all kinds of stuff? I don't know. None of it is adding up to me. Let me see if there's anything else I should show you guys right now. I'm sorry if I missed anyone. Oh no, it's okay, Specs. No, I'm not gonna watch it, Miss T. I don't have. I mean, I have it in me. But I don't want to do that to myself unnecessarily. Like if you guys say it's on there, I know right now that Nikki or Nikki T, whatever she's going by, we might not get along, but I do know she loves animals. Okay, there's another thing. Let me go through Hurl's Twitter really fast. We're going on a whole side journey, you guys. I'm sorry. Um, but if I don't talk about some of this stuff now, I'm afraid I'm gonna get the nerve to. So oh my God. Okay, let's go on a journey. All right. So this is the person, Rola, that's DMing Smear Drop, by the way. She is DMing her. She wants her to go to Kuwait and to meet her. They're best friends now. She looks like she's in a hospital, so I want to know how she's taking care of 1,500 animals. Let me see if it'll let me make it bigger. And I think she was coming with
إذا تقدر توصل رسالتي حق سونيا دول إن أنا من أشد المعجبين فيه من بيتاب من الثمانينات من كنت صغيرة ما أطول فيلم لازم أشوف له كل أفلامه يا رب يا رب.
I can't. Honestly, after some of the evidence I've seen, I'm wondering if an animal took her eye defending itself. I honestly, like, I feel like a bitch saying that, but I have such a bad feeling about this woman. I really do. Again, they don't have enough food to feed their 1,500 animals. I don't know any rescue that would have 1,500 animals. 1,500. It sounds like a hoarding situation. Posting this again because people think there's only one video about Paws Kuwait and their horrible rescue. This video is from 2019. I can't play it. I've already heard that video was horrible. Looks like a scammer, right? Hey, Capone. Dogs are the best, so are cats. I love them both. I love them both. I've always had mainly dogs. I would have had more cats if I could have, but like my mom was highly allergic. So like her eyes fell shut. So as a kid, like we couldn't have cats. I had one that adopted me as an adult. He was like a street cat. One day he showed up on my porch and he would come every day. It became like a thing. He would come every day for food. And then when I would take Chachi for a walk, he would go with the walk with me around the block. Like he would follow us the entire way around the block, but he didn't really want to stay inside and he didn't want to be claimed. He just knew that we could hang out every single day. And he was amazing. And he kind of like changed my life as far as cats go. Like he was so smart. He was so smart. Anyways, so something is not right here. The real Sonia created her YouTube channel in January 2024. The Facebook creation date is February 2017. Real Sonia would have been 14. And the oldest post is from May 2024. I don't believe this Sonia person anymore either. I think it's one big scam. I think it's one big scam because people thought they were talking to Sonia in the DMs, but it was really Rola. And then eventually it came out that Rola and Sonia were two different people. All right, let me see what else. Okay, I'm not into all this other stuff going on with other people. Hold on, you guys. One of the issues with Paws Kuwait that I'm seeing is exactly which one is it that's currently dealing with Foodie Beauty? See, I think what we do know is everybody that's currently claiming to be Paws Kuwait is not the real Paws Kuwait because their campaign ended. There was a whole article done. They are no longer doing Paws Kuwait. So I don't know. But all the Paws Kuwait stuff as of late is bad on every single Paws. And I believe it's that Rola person. This is how they talk to people, you guys. So a client of hers said, I don't know who will read this, but this message, is to bring attention to the management that your employees are rude and immature. My friend had asked for a picture of a kitten she had given to Paws as she was unable to care for the kitten herself as she'll be traveling this week. However, instead they were rude to her and responded very unprofessionally. I will never be using the service of Paws ever again and will also inform my acquaintances about the mistreatment of your customers by your employees. Very unprofessional, very disappointing. So again, this is an older DM. I don't know when this came out, but I know it wasn't like yesterday or anything. But people were complaining about Paws Kuwait. Apparently, they have a horrible reputation in Kuwait. So again, their friend gave a kitten to Paws because she was unable to care for it and simply just asked for a picture of it. Simply just asked for a picture. Hey, can I still have a picture? They're rude, turn her down, treat her a certain way. So this person reaches out to them to say, like, I'm disappointed, and they tell this person, go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. Why don't they want to send a picture of the kitten? It seems like it would just be easier. Hey, we understand that you would be traveling and you couldn't take care of it, and you probably really got attached to the little thing. So here's a picture of little Snowball for you to remember. There's a reason they didn't want to show this picture, in my opinion. There are some crazy one, Moonface. I think that's because of people like me who didn't really relate much to humans at first, so they find comfort in animals. But maybe they kind of got stuck there instead of learning to relate to humans more. Carol Baskins is a great example. Here's another thing too. I mean, how much bad luck can one person happen? So they find out in 2019 there was an arson that happened, right? And it killed 20 plus animals. Then the shelter was also stormed by gunmen who killed 50 plus animals. Like, what are the odds, right? What are the fucking odds? So I don't know where this tweet is. I'm gonna have to find it and we'll go through everything one by one by one. But it turns out Paws Kuwait Rola has a history of taking over places and then abandoning the places with a bunch of dead animals. A bunch of dead animals. She just leaves them there, then picks back up at a new place. People looked into it because they were like, why is there no location set for this Paws Kuwait? Like, usually an animal rescue has a place they're based out of, right? Like, or a place to call home. Well, it ended up turning out that she dumps these places. She picks up a new place, sets up camp in it, hoards all these animals, and then when she's had enough, they all die and she leaves them there all dead and then moves on to the next place. This is just stuff that people have looked into. Only when very sick people would hurt an animal. That's the worst kind of people. Exactly. I don't I don't know if anybody wants me to go into detail right now, but it's an article. It says at least 50 dogs and cats were shot by an armed gunman at Paws Shelter, serving as the fourth attack on the animal shelter since May 2019. 4 attacks on an animal shelter in 1 year. In 1 year. Something isn't adding up. Something is not adding up. Alright, let me see what else I have, on this. And again, if this is something you guys want to deep dive into, we'll go through every single one of Nikki's tweets one by one by one. Pearl's meandering thoughts, because those are the 3 that are being very vocal about this place. Everybody else is telling us, can't you just be happy that Bruce is going off to a good home? No, because I don't believe Bruce is going to a good home. I don't believe that. Based on what this Rola person's involved in, I mean, with her luck, somebody could storm in right now. They all storm the place 4 times a year. I don't believe Bruce is going to a good home. I don't even know if Bruce is still okay. I don't believe them that anything's gonna come of this Foodie Beauty and Salah stuff. I mean, who has time to press charges when you're too busy moving place to place to place and dumping animals? Who has time to press charges when there's arsonists attacking you 4 times a year? I mean, really? Alright, let me plunge me, daddy. The hell is this? No, thank you. The butt hurt. Okay, let me see what else is going on. All right, well, let me stop sharing my screen for a moment. Oh, wait. Okay, I'm trying to find these specific documents. There we go. Just something, anything for the people. How could anyone try to stand up for such a woman? You mean Rola? I think because people want Foodie Beauty to be in trouble so badly that they don't care about what else is happening. Or maybe they don't wanna believe it, like, that's a real thing too. When people can't handle hearing about bad things, it's always like, "That didn't happen," or "That couldn't possibly be happening," right? Some people just genuinely can't take hearing about this stuff, so maybe they don't want to? I don't know. I really don't know, but, I'm just not gonna be one of those people, "Oh, Paws Kuwait, Paws," like, I wanted to be one of those people, and you guys know it, like, I was the biggest cheerleader. I'm like, Foodie has really given Muslims a bad name, like, based on just what she does alone. I personally am like, if that's what being a Muslim is, I don't want it, And then I was like, but then there's people like Paws Kuwait who step in and they show that they care about animals and blah, 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 blah. But then I find out that she's a horrible person too, in my opinion, based on what I've seen. So, you know how she showed these documents? I know Hurl had pointed out to me that her name was crossed off at one point in the document, and they also say not completed, and Salah's name is nowhere on this. I mean, they made a point to tell us they were really going after Foodie Beauty and Salah. Salah's name isn't on that. So it says this image appears to be a document from the Ministry of Social Affairs in Kuwait, dated June 2025. It details actions taken regarding the collection of donations without a license, specifically referencing Rola Abdul, that whole name. I feel like her name always changes too. I could be wrong, but I feel like her name was Rola Ahmed at some point. I don't know. Anyways, so referencing Rola and the Office of Sahara Ali al-Sakar, the document lists two actions, one involving a CD and another involving hand-delivered attachments, both marked as not completed. Not completed, but I thought this was so urgent, and they were going to be transparent about everything. I know they have more than enough clips at this point. They've been in everybody's DMs, literally everybody's. Miss T said, I will never overlook animal neglect, exploitation, scam, harm, abuse, hoarding, ever. I will not ignore proof of such. I will not ignore investigations, other rescues, comments, and what I see with my own eyes. The enemy of the enemy, or the enemy of my enemy, is not my friend. I don't play that shit. There could be plenty of shady motherfuckers in one situation. I don't have to support, defend, or advocate for anyone who is sus. My morals and ethics don't change because we share a common enemy. That's fucking weird and speaks volumes of you fucking weirdos out here defending a stranger you know nothing about. Have done no investigation on just because they hate Chantal. Just admit it was never about the cat or animals. You hate Chantal more than you care about anything else. Fair enough. Just be honest. They said, I hate Chantal, so I hope she goes down. Yes. That doesn't mean I am white knighting and defending the person doing it. I thought that was so well said. And that's exactly how I feel. There's so many people that would rather me not talk about this and rather me shut up, but I can't. I can't. My love for animals is stronger than my hate for Chantal. It just is. And if something bad is happening to a bunch of animals and we're praising this Rolla person, I want us to stop. And I've been wrong before, but I'm not wrong about this, you guys. Based on everything I've seen, this woman is all bad, and I don't know that Bruce is okay. I'm not trying to make anybody sad. I'm not trying to scare anybody. I'm just saying I feel like we've all been duped. Not all rescues are good. There's a lot of amazing places out there. The real Paws that does rescues in Chicago and LA, they are amazing. This Rolla person, something bad happens to every animal involved with her. Something horrible happens. Let's see. Hurl said Foodie's not going to prison and she's probably going to start streaming when she does her visa run. And that scam charity is not reporting Foodie and Salah for their other crimes. But they want gullible people in Gorl World to think they are. So the people that Rola was reporting Foodie Beauty to, it says the Kuwait Ministry of Social Affairs and Labor likely does not get non-citizens on tourist visa charged with crimes related to donations. But non-citizens in Kuwait can be deported for administrative and criminal offenses, including those involving donations. The Ministry of Interior adjudicates, I don't know, I can't say it, misdemeanor charges, and the Ministry of Interior under Secretary signs deportation orders. Earl also said, I couldn't sleep and started looking at documents by Paws Kuwait posted on their Instagram. Why is Rola's name marked out and covered in the letter, but her entire real name is on the second document? was posting the second document a mistake? Let's see. Anyone knows about Paws Kuwait because I contacted them to rescue a cat and they asked for 100 KD. Do you know any rescue? Oh my God, you guys. Posted on March 16th. Anonymous participant. Does anybody know about Paws Kuwait because I contacted them to rescue a cat and they asked for 100 KD. Oh my God. Do you know that there's okay, my city gets all kinds of animals, right? We get like parrots, we have wild parrots that fly over, we have peacocks, we have bears, we have coyotes, we have mountain lions, a shit ton of possums and raccoons. Anyway, so like there's always like a wildlife of some kind getting injured in the city, right? Like one time we had a baby crow. My dad actually rescued it. It was gonna about to be eaten by a hawk, and he loves crows. So, anyways, he knows of this bird rescue that's like a city over from us that will take in any bird. And if you have something injured, like they know who to direct you to, right? None of these people have ever asked for money from us. None of these people ever. That's not part of it. Like, "Hey, can you come get this animal?" It's usually, "Where? Can you give me specific location? What should I look for? Is it under the shade? Is it da 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 da?" Like, you're asking not, "Okay, can I have $100?" This place is shady as fuck. It's $327 US to rescue a cat. They wanted $327 US. Wow. Let's see. Someone said, "I'm sorry if an organization is basically saying they won't take a cat off the street if you don't give. I'd question why they are doing it and what they are doing with the cat after you give it to them. It's not about the money, you help until you can't. It's about the love for animals. At times, do we need help? Yes. And we ask for donations, but not like that at all. If a person finds a cat on a street, they should try to help it. If they're going to be told they have to pay, less cats will be helped. And only healthy cats? What about the sick and injured? It doesn't sound right." So this is a conversation going on in Kuwait 11 weeks ago about Paws Kuwait. Hey cats, what did Capone say? 446 wow, Canadian dollars. Okay, so I think this is kind of what I want to show you guys for right now. The dog fighting, all the other stuff, like, it's gonna have to be a separate a stream. Just know that I promise I will not show you anything that I couldn't handle myself, okay? We're not gonna be clicking on a dog fighting video, we're not gonna be doing that. Um, I will be talking about it, but I will not be showing anything, if that makes sense. I wanna look more into the articles about the arsonist and the masked gunman and there was 2 other attacks other than those, all in 2019. So in 2019, there was 4 attacks on Rola and her animals, and I wanna know more about that. I wanna know exactly what happened. I know Rola had made tweets before people found it on Twitter that she wanted to expose the original Paws Kuwait. She never did. She never said what she had to say. She just took over when they left Kuwait. She just took on over. I'll say this before I go, not before I go, before we go back to foodie stuff. When I started finding more out, I went back to look at Paws Kuwait with just like fresh eyes, I guess, after knowing what I knew. And I started looking at photos and I'm like, people who love animals would not post it. They just wouldn't. And then I started thinking more and I'm like, it looks like they're intentionally hurting animals and posting photos of it. There's a photo specifically. Pearl knows what I'm talking about. Miss T knows what I'm talking about. And I could not even describe it to you because I will vomit. But it looked like they intentionally hurt that cat and we're feeding it to itself, and that's all I'm gonna say. And I knew that that photo wasn't normal. I knew a normal animal lover would not post that photo. It reminded me of those websites, like those gore websites that people go to look at things that are like horrible. Do you know what I'm talking about? That's what their Instagram looks like, and it's just I have the worst feeling in the world, the worst absolute feeling. Just be careful, everybody. Keep your guard up. There's a lot of people who come around here, and we want to believe they're good, right? Like if they say they work for an animal rescue, we want to believe that that's a good person. But there could be more than one bad guy in this situation, in this scenario, and I believe there's multiple bad guys. Maybe Foodie will get in trouble, but I just don't have high hopes of it. Hey, cats. It's very weird to ship cats to America when they didn't need to be, right? Yes, that's exactly what it reminds me of, RTU. No, if that's true, Breezy, that's mess. Cats, I could send you all the info I have so far. I know before when we were talking about it, I could tell it kind of upset you. But please know, I wouldn't just go tear into a legit animal rescue who is doing something for animals, even if they had some flaws in their way. I wouldn't do that. Like, if the goal was to help animals and get these animals homes and to get them treatment and care and to get them off the streets and fed, I would not have a thing to say. But cats, how many bad things can happen to one animal rescue in 1 year? It seems like they hoard a bunch of animals, something horrible happens, all the animals die, and then they set up shop in a new location. And that's exactly what it looks like. They were investigating, like, they were, somebody was going undercover to, like, out these people. In 2019, they were hosting dog shows and dog fighting there. This is not a legit animal rescue. It just isn't. And I trust me, like, I wanted to believe so badly that everybody else was wrong. Like, I didn't even wanna look at this the first day it was all coming out. Like, I just didn't want to, but the more I know, I'm not one of those people who could pretend I didn't see what I just saw, you know? I'll say this again to really drive it home to people. My love for animals is way stronger than my hate for Foodie Beauty will ever be. I want Foodie Beauty in trouble too, but not at the cost of helping a scammer out. What, so she can hoard and hurt more animals? No. That's why we have spent days going over this, looking for any possible excuse to give them the benefit of the doubt, and I believe you, Miss T. I was upset when it first came out because I didn't wanna believe it's true. That I think that's what a lot of people, and I think that's why it all went bad at first too, when I first tried talking about this. I think it was too soon. Everybody was still riding the high of Foodie Beauty possibly being in trouble. But okay, enough time has gone by. The high is done and over with. Like, can we talk about what's actually happening now, you know? And if Foodie Beauty comes online to glow, I know a lot of people are worried about that too. She's the one who found these people. She brought them in. It's just another example of Foodie Beauty bringing shady ass people into the community, but not at the expense of hurting animals. I don't want to believe anyone would do that. I know. I don't want to believe it either. Um, but unfortunately, not everybody is good. And that was a tough lesson I had to learn in life. Even when I first came onto YouTube, I don't know, I think I was still what is the right word? Gullible? Uh, I don't know, I want so badly to believe that people are good, people would never hurt animals. I wanna believe so badly that people would never do to me what I wouldn't do to them, but, like, that's just not the reality of it. There's good people in this world and bad people in this world, and, you know, we just have to be honest about this person is more than likely bad, and she's trying to chum up to people in our community in the worst way, like, totally romance scammer vibes, sending heart emojis, rose emojis. "I can't wait to meet you. You should totally come to Kuwait." Is that an animal rescue? No, right? So, I think tomorrow we'll do, maybe a members only stream, members only chat. I don't know, we'll figure it out, but tomorrow I think we should dedicate just going through the tweets. Miss T, if you're cool with me going over your Twitter, what you have on them as well, I would love to. So I think tomorrow, if Foodie doesn't go live or anything, maybe around noon, that'll be like our set time to dive into things, okay? Um, I think that's what we need to do. Me too. I trust an animal rescue at face value, never again. Same, same. it feels really disgusting. It really does. I hate this. I really don't like any part of this. I hate feeling that I can't do anything about it. I hate feeling small. I think that's like the worst feeling in the world when you feel so small, like you can't make a difference, but maybe this is our way of doing that. And so while it's a really uncomfortable conversation and it's not going to feel good going through it and it's not going to feel good during it, at the end, at least we'll know we gave the animals a voice, right? Sometimes doing the right thing doesn't feel good, and that's a really hard lesson I've had to learn in life, like, sometimes being honest and doing the right thing doesn't feel good, but it will at the end of it. It will feel better once we talk about it, and at least we've done our part and people know, right? Right? Never has a charity sent me any emoji. Has a charity ever asked you to fly to their country and meet them? Exactly, we want so bad to see the good in people. Yeah. Yeah. It's shitty when we find out people aren't who they say they are. But I feel like I've been finding that out about a lot of people and things lately. So maybe this is just gonna make us stronger, you guys. Be stronger. I don't know. I wish I had the right words for this. I don't, other than tomorrow we're gonna go live. We'll do a deep dive. I'll show you guys tweets one by one by one by one by one. And we'll do our part. We'll do our part. And everybody just whatever you believe in, like, just say a prayer, light a candle for the animals, like, they're too good for us. They really are. Animals are too good for this world, too good for most people. I just want them to be okay at the end of the day. I don't care what Rola does to herself. If she wants to scam, smear drop, and they get married, I don't know, whatever happens, and smear drop brings them over here. Whatever happens, happens. I care about the animals and I want her to stop hurting them if that's what she's doing. That's what I want. Nowadays, everything has to be vetted, hence why foodie scamming people is such a big deal. True. Their website isn't a .org either. No, it's not. Dripping Sunshine said so manipulative, and I can just feel the dread. Someone sent the clip of Chantal saying the marriage was fake to the Kuwaiti government at least. Is this for clout, fame, money? Money, I'm assuming? And at some point, you have to consider somebody like this woman gets off to it to a certain extent. Like, I'm sorry, but it's the fucking truth. It just is. All those graphic pictures with animals looking intentionally harmed are for a certain it's for certain people. Um, and I feel horrible even saying that, but I've learned so much being on this YouTube. I have learned so much, just like I had to learn about why Foodie Beauty and Amberlynn Reed do what they do, right? When they moan over a glass of milk or when they're moaning over a greasy pizza or showing off their scale that weighs over 700 pounds, showing different angles of their body, like that's all for a certain person. There's certain people who like gory things. There's certain people who like harm being done to innocent animals, and I feel like that's who these people are catering to. It really just sticks in my mind out of everything. Like, I think about all the animal rescues I've worked with when I worked at that's different veterinarian offices. I worked at a specialty group, maybe 25 minutes from me, and then I worked at a cancer group, which was in God, what was it? It was really far from me, actually. Anyways, and then I worked at different animal hospitals that mainly did like hit by cars or vaccinations or whatever else. Out of all the rescues I've seen in there, they have all been too busy. Busy running on caffeine, coffee, Red Bulls, look like they haven't slept in a year. We're leaving our vet's office to go to another vet's office, and then after that to another vet's office. And I think about all these rescues, right? Like, because at some point when you're working with them, you look them up. Not one of these rescues has graphic pictures that would traumatize most people. It's always like the dog going home to their forever home, a dog going back to their family after a surgery that the rescue covered. Like, it's not, do you know what I'm saying? I'm trying really hard with my words here, and I don't know if I'm getting my point across how I want it to, but have you watched Sunburst Tarot readings on Foodie? I saved it to my watch later. I saved it to my watch later to watch after this. Oh, you're welcome, Freedom. Yep, I could have lived without knowing any of this. Feeders, animal harmers, charity scams. I mean, same, dude. Fucking same. I could have lived in my little happy bubble, not knowing that any of this existed, but now that I know it does, I gotta say something about it. All right, so we're gonna get off this topic for now, or try to. I make no promises, but just know tomorrow we're gonna do a stream dedicated to it, okay? But just heads up, I'm not gonna be playing any graphic videos. So let's get back into Foodie Beauty and other stuff, because I really have to redirect and I have to pivot in order to not stay in a shitty ass mood. So let's talk about something positive. Look at Tammy. She's under 200 pounds. Isn't she adorable? And I don't want to hear anything bad about her because I think she's fucking adorable. I think she's so cute and she looks so happy. She looks alive. Do you see the spark in her eyes? There's a fire in them again. She just looks so legitimately happy. Like free. I guess that's the word I'm looking for. Free. Free. Like not chained down by 20 different struggles, you know? Tammy, you go, girl. I know. I'm in awe. She looks amazing. Amazing. Someone said, "Why not fix her teeth?" Okay, one thing at a time, people. Nobody in our chat said it. I just saw it in the comments. Like one thing at a time. Like the first thing was to save her life, right? Like she was gonna die at that weight. Eating how she was eating, doing what she was gonna do, or doing what she was doing. So like the first thing is let's save our life, and then the teeth come later. Like leave this woman's teeth alone. She seriously looks amazing. And I'm the teeth person. I love good teeth, but, like, at this point, I realize she saved her life. She saved her life. Like, let her just be happy. Oh gosh, more of this. Pause. The person that got ran off had it on their page. I can't look at it right now, but I'm gonna bookmark it so I know to go back to it. Okay. Shenanigans said, "It doesn't matter where Chantal is, the longer she is away from YouTube means she's facing consequences." Well, the fact that she even thought she was possibly is good enough for me. The fact that she had to hide out and she wasn't sure if people were going to be turning the corner, that's enough for me. Let Tammy get healthy, then she could worry about things like teeth. Exactly. She does seem so much happier. It's like, I remember when I was newly sober, and, like, the first year is fucking hard, right? At least it was for me. It was really, really hard the first year. I felt really I don't know. You're on this pink cloud, and then that kinda, like, goes away, and then you're just faced with all the problems that you avoided for so long, right? And you have to deal with them sober, so, like, the first year was very, very hard for me. But I feel like after that first year, like, it felt like the biggest weight in the world had been lifted off my shoulders. And maybe it was because I knew I was doing right for the first time in a long time, and I had a year of doing shit how a normal person would have. But I remember that feeling, and it feels so good when all that weight finally just drops off your shoulders and you're no longer feeling like a burden. You're no longer carrying the weight of the world on your 2 shoulders. Like, it's an amazing feeling, and I feel like that's what Tammy has now, right? She's no longer held down by all that stuff, addictions, whatever else. Like, she's finally free, and she can move around how she wants to. You know, she can go on rides now. She could do everything she possibly ever wanted to do in her life. And I love that for her. I love that for her. It makes me sad that Foodie will never feel that. She is cats. Wait, are you safe in California? I'm safe, yeah. I'm outside of Los Angeles, so I'm far enough away that I know what's happening. I can see, well, I can't like go outside and see what's happening, but I know what's happening, but it's not in like my direct area. And that's not, I mean, it could very well happen. I'm hoping it doesn't, but we'll always be safe. We'll always be safe. We have a big, strong family that looks out for each other and supports each other. And like if we had to, we would just like get out of Dodge. We would take our animals, of course, too, but we're not going to stay around and let like our kids possibly be traumatized or hurt, right? So if it came down to it, we love California. I love my city. I've lived here basically my whole life. But if it came down to if my daughter was ever like if her safety was ever at risk, like we would just get the hell out of town. I would. And come back when it was safe again. Pop Hypocrisy says, "Why is everything connected to Foodie Beauty so bad and shady?" Exactly. Not only is her sidekicks, or not only her and her sidekicks, but now even the animal rescue seems to be shady and possibly really bad news. Or is it just a smear campaign? I'm honestly not sure what to think. It's not a smear campaign. Everything Foodie Beauty touches turns to shit. Everybody Foodie Beauty is involved with is shady as fuck. She's the one who found them. She's the one who told them about where the cat was at the beach. And now they've been in our community and they want to panel with Yaba. They want to meet somebody and they want to fly him out to Kuwait to have dinner or something, watch Netflix and chill for all I know. It's all shady. It's all bad news. It's because Foodie is bad and she attracts bad. She doesn't do anything normally, so she has to find shady ass places to go through. That's the best way I can describe it. She ruins everything. She does. Remember what happened to the floating market in Thailand after she visited? Yes, didn't it burn down the next day? I feel like it was within 24 hours. I could be wrong. I mean, we all know my memory's a little shitty, but okay, do you guys want to watch a video by Goose Chuck? Because it's supposed to make us smile, and I think we need that right now. So hold on. Please still be there. Okay, it's like 4 minutes long. Okay, we're going on a little adventure, and then we'll come back to foodie stuff. Oh, it started without me.
That Sam was your ever most special boy that suckled your gun.
Hold on.
I got a
Oh, my computer's being weird.
update from a special agent. We didn't really talk to Sam because we know that Sam was your ever most special boy that suckled your gunt, and you enjoyed that. And if you could have sucked his dick, you would have.
Oh my God!
But he was neglected too, right? Like, we are fully aware that he was also neglected, needed to be shaved, was covered in dander from eating absolute garbage food. But I did manage to get in touch with the OG MVP of Gorl World herself, BBJ. She managed to reach out to me, let me know what was going on, and I thought I would just kind of fill you in on a couple of the deeds. What do you think about that? Let's see if we can patch in old BBJ right now.
Let's do it.
Hey, Goose. Thanks for letting me have a place to speak. It's nice to know that me surviving the Bazaya, the gingivitis donkey, the revolving door of every man that my TMI garbage bag receptacle mattress ex-owner used to bring through, the Pete's and his absolute disdain for my existence. I've managed to survive. I was rescued. FFG came through, rescued me, and I am still here. But I wanted to let you know a little bit that we are not backing down. I have some information for you. I thought you would like to know it. And let's see if I can get in touch with our special agent. And give me 1 sec. I think I can get a hold of him now.
Oh, wow, BBJ. That's amazing. I cannot wait to hear, because you know what? We're all happy that she's gone. She seems to think that we're not, but we're really thrilled because this means consequences, whether it's financial, anything. I just hope she's like non-stop shitting herself in a stream of diarrhea for what she's done to you. I hope she feels even a iota of the pain and misery that she put you through. So please let me know what's going on.
This is Special Agent Bruce Almighty checking in. Just thought I would let you know, BBJ, thank you for your diligent command. We have neutralized the target. We have financially neutralized the target. We have fast food neutralized the target. We are inflicting through stress a nonstop stream of diarrhea, and we are keeping our fingers crossed that by Tuesday we will have more information for you from my affiliate Paws Kuwait. So I would just like to let you know, BBJ, we got your back.
We thank you for your service, Special Agent Bruce Almighty. We will keep everybody informed as to what is going on by Tuesday, and the cat army has decided no more. No more. So thank you. Thanks again, Goose. We'll let you know what's going on.
Oh, my pleasure, BBJ. No problema whatsoever. Oh, Queen BBJ, we are so happy. We are all sitting fingers crossed for Tuesday with what comes out from Paws Kuwait. We can't wait. We are just happy that she's feeling a little anything, just anything, even an iota of what she put you through. So happy. Oh, this is the best timeline ever. Gorl World. Oh, we're so happy. All together now. Fuck that bitch. Yeah, fuck that bitch. Woo! Yep, so great. So fucking great. We are very, very happy, and we look forward to hearing anything else as soon as it manages to come by, even if it's just that she's incredibly sad. Woo-hoo! That's what we're talking about. Yeah. So good. Greatest timeline ever. Holy shit, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit.
Oh my god. Hold on, we just got an update from Paws Kuwait. I see it on Twitter. It says, Bruce and family at the Giving Summit. A big thank you to everyone who has supported their journey. We are especially grateful to the generous person who is taking care of their accommodation and treatment. Bruce and the family are doing amazing. Huge thanks to everyone who supported their journey. We're especially grateful to the generous person who sponsored their stay and treatment. Wow. Hold on. I mean, they don't even show a real photo. Okay, hold on. Let me post it or retweet it to Twitter so I can show you. Like, that's another weird thing, too. They keep doing updates of Bruce and his family, but, like, you can't really see their face. It's very odd how they do that. All right, hold on. Let me refresh my page. Oh, wait. There's a Kitty Love Kuwait, too. Hold on. All right, let me retweet these few things. And let me refresh and try to go back in. So they're posting an update on Bruce, but no post on Chantal getting in trouble today? Interesting. They got a bunch of money out of people because Bruce's accommodations and everything else was paid for. But there's no update on Chantal yet. Weird. All right, let me share my Twitter. Okay, how did I miss this though? Tap on B said, does anyone know why people were reporting Buffalo to these people? There was a Kitty Love Kuwait who said, I am not acquainted with Foodie Beauty, but I can confirm that she has no affiliation with Kitty Love Kuwait or Kitty Love Kuwait Adoptables. She has been requesting donations to support cat care. Please do not provide her with any financial assistance on behalf of Kitty Love Kuwait. If you continue to see her posts, please let me know. Wookie said, I heard someone in her chat suggested to call them when she first stole the kitten. She may or may not have reached out to them trying to give the rest of the dirty donations away. Okay, that makes sense. Kitty Love has never worked with Paws, Misty said. I'm glad Bruce and Fam are okay. I hope they are. I hope they are. I mean, these are the updates we get. Why do we only see a cat's ear? Like, why can't we just see Bruce, right? Isn't this a weird update to give? Bruce and his family at the Giving Summit. A big thank you to everyone who has supported their journey. We are especially grateful to the generous person who has taken care of their accommodation and treatment. Bruce and the family are doing amazing. Huge thanks to anyone who supported their journey. We're especially grateful to the generous person who sponsored their stay and treatment. Well, if you're grateful, why wouldn't you post a picture where we could see he's okay? You post a picture of the mom cat from the side the other day. Is this the brother? But like, where's Bruce? I mean, I could just be reading into it, but if I was giving an update on Bruce, I would show a clear picture of Bruce, right? It's like BBJ all over again. I bet it's an old pic. I think some influential people got together to scare her out of Kuwait, to be honest. Foodie? I mean, what I do know is she's not gonna be gone much longer. If she's able to go live, she definitely will. She's gonna have a whole lot to say about everything. Can I just tell you again that this is not my dog, and I'm so offended that this is what they gave me when I asked them to turn Chachi into a person. Like, I feel like this whatever they gave me is plotting my death, and she's kind of terrifying. All right, let me see if there's anything else on Twitter I want to show you guys really fast. And then, if there's any more updates, I could post it to my community tab. But tomorrow, just know tomorrow, if there's nothing new with Foodie, we're just gonna go right into the tweets. We're gonna be looking at Miss T's Twitter, Pearl's, Meandering Thoughts, Nikki T. Um, I will never not laugh at this, and I might just pin it to my profile so whenever I'm in a bad mood, I could just watch this lady jiggle away without a care in the world. All right, hold on. I'm gonna scroll really fast. I showed you guys that she fulfilled a cameo yesterday, right? All right, let's see. I'll scroll a little bit more because I have been gone for like a whole day, and that's an eternity in Gorl World. So I don't remember if I retweeted anything else that you need to see right this second, but I'm assuming I did. When you want to flee, but you're afraid you'll get detained at the airport? Oh my gosh. Look at how happy she looks. That man's gonna break his fucking back, even if he's in the water. I mean, people become weightless in the water, but I don't think Foodie Beauty does. The Angry Scott said, I've seen 3 people saying this. Can we collectively sense Foodie's return? Because Milky Chai even said, I feel a change in the air. Yeah, I feel like everybody can sense it. She's gonna be back any day. I just know it. Perry said, I could honestly see Foodie Beauty finally getting the perfect job as the clown, as Ronald McDonald, the super morbidly obese Ronald McDonald. She would make a terrifying one. Here's Chantal with her filters. Just a little something to take the edge off. Oh my gosh. That's kind of funny. Lori said, here's their other update on Bruce. Like, these are the photos we get? I don't know if I believe that cat was getting any care, but I don't know. I keep saying this. You're probably sick of me saying it, but there's something not right about all of this. Usually, when you're giving updates on an animal, you could see a clear picture of them, right? Ay, ay, ay. But I guess if you have 1,500 animals that you're hoarding, I guess you can't get a clear photo of them all. Ferris said Foodie Beauty is a wanted woman in Kuwait. It's the first time she's ever been wanted, I guess. Did you guys know that Amberlynn spent over $7,000 on Legos? Is that not insane? I mean, maybe I'm just super not into them. Like, there's ones I find that are cool. I think there's one that looks like a record player or something. That's kind of cool. The Disney Castle, that's kind of cool. But I don't see myself just putting all this money into Legos, mainly because I don't enjoy stepping on them. So there's that. But would you spend that much on them? It's like she has nothing else to spend her money on. That's insane. This is all the different ones she's bought. Bored Potty Mouth said, guys, Foodie Beauty was spotted on the streets of LA last night. She's protesting, you guys. Did you see her? It looks just like her. And she really does have a butt chin. More like a testicle chin at this point. Huh. Okay, ALR is trying to justify why it's okay to break the law in Kuwait. A lot of people smoke when they know it's illegal, so let's go steal kittens even though it's illegal because a lot of people do it. Her and Chantal are identical. Oh, thank God it's not a long clip of her. Okay, you're gonna have to zoom in on YouTube because the clip is pretty small.
To things, and I do not think that Chantal was doing this in like a bad way. I feel like there should be consequences. I feel like laws have levels in my opinion, and we're all lying if we say that's not true. We're all lying if we say that's not true. I will repeat that again. We are all lying if we say that's not true. J-Rock is a music. People jaywalk and that's illegal. But are we going to hold that at the same standards of someone who like steals clothing at the store just for fun? No.
Take that up with cool.
60 and a 40. A lot of people do it, right? Driving 40 and a 25. A lot of people do it, right? Smoking marijuana in not legalized states. A lot of people do it, right? The list can literally go on and on.
Okay.
To things, and I do not think that Chantal.
Okay, that made my head hurt just listening to that. Just because a lot of people do it, it doesn't make it okay. And when you're a guest in another person's country, you just should follow their laws. That's it. That's all. Like, you shouldn't get a free pass because you're a guest. I don't know. They'll always find ways to like make it not that big of a deal or how it shouldn't really be a big deal. But the fact of the matter is like laws exist for a reason. And I'm not talking about pot smokers. I think everybody should be smoking. Well, not should be smoking pot. I think it should be legalized everywhere. I just do. But for the most part, I believe there are laws for a reason, okay? There are. We shouldn't go around drinking and driving. We shouldn't go around stealing just for funsies. That's stupid. God, Foodie in a pool looks massive. Your mom's emotional support carrot said Chantal is about to breach. The water has been chummed with Santa Fe sauce and I could smell her coming to the surface. That's what that smell is. Yep, that has to be what the smell is. She's coming to the top, you guys. Ay, ay, ay. Maybe she's like, is it the oarfish that goes to the top, like during its final stages of life? Maybe that's what she's doing. Resurfacing to see the light one more time. Mary Beth said, I hope everyone has a great day. If you start to feel down today, remember Foodie Beauty is most likely sitting in her mommy's basement, forced to record a cameo to make money to buy McDouble. That's true. Despite how my life is, I'm not forced to eat McDoubles in my mommy's basement, hiding out from the world. All my crime committing was done early on in life. I've answered for all of it. So now I could just, I don't know, chill and enjoy life. I don't have to worry about anybody coming for me. I don't have to look over my shoulder. When I hear a police siren, I don't take off running these days. It's a good time. It's a really good time. Omegon said this break will do a lot of financial damage. I expect her to e-beg hard upon her return and to rage that this is the hater's fault, that her dream is over. And Shannigan said it doesn't matter where Chantal is. The longer she is away from YouTube means she's facing consequences. She's definitely facing financial consequences, and that's got to be hard. Oh my God, remember this photo of Foodie Beauty? What would you do if a photo existed of you out there on the internet like this, and people made it into stickers or their wallpaper, or they send it to their sister just to be funny? I'm that person. I don't know. I find it really funny to send my sister like weird pictures of Foodie Beauty, and then she writes me like, "What the hell is that? What the heck is this? What the heck is she eating?" Like she's always so shocked. I don't even know what I'm looking at. I'm that person. But anyways, I don't know that I would ever be okay if my stomach butt was sticking out like that. I've never seen anybody have a stomach ass. Have you? Someone said something went very wrong at the assembly line. It's like she was put together all wrong. Or somebody was mad at her the day they made her. I don't know. Just unfortunate, all of it, all of it. And I can't get it off my screen. I keep clicking out. Okay, I've seen enough. Okay, fuck you, Dalton Strawn. Thank you. You left it there on purpose. Okay, we have a clip from Alabama Chapstick. I expected supper when I used to get home from school at like 3:45. Supper that early?
I want coffee and cake. I expected supper when I used to get home from school at like 4 or 3:45.
Look at our girl flash that smug look. Like she just said something amazing. You know, I wonder what time you expect it now, girl.
No, we were just talking about you. Were your ears burning? I don't think you could pay Salah to go out on Friday, but I was like, I'm going out.
There's a lot here to unpack, and I'm really talking about love, marriage, companionship, give and take. He doesn't like to go out. He's 30 years old. Okay, fair enough. Girl, why don't you go home and snuggle up together with a good book? You can read each other chapters or whip up a crocum bush.
You go, girl. I want
What's a
coffee
croquin
and
bush?
cake.
What's a croquin bush? I'm not going to be okay until I have an answer what a croquin bush is. It looked like a meatball platter. Oh, you guys! Okay, they have the best gifts right now at TJ Maxx. I seriously might just get one as a gag gift for my brother-in-law just because I don't know. I'm weird like that, you guys. But at TJ Maxx, they have the best Funkle ever mugs. I swear, I'm gonna get some of these as a gag gift. Funkle, like a dad, only cooler. Oh my god, I need this mug. Jocelyn Champagne found them. That cracks me. Do you guys do gag gifts in your family? Like every once in a while we'll do it. We'll do like a silly gift and then like the big gift comes later. Like they'll think that's their gift and then all of a sudden coming from around the corner is a big giant box. But I think it's funny and I think I'm gonna get that for my brother-in-law. My sister's gonna be so mad. She'll throw it out and I don't care. All right, let's keep going. I thought this was really weird. And I don't know why I retweeted it, but if I had to see Rosie and her mayonnaise, then so do you. So here we go. Her mom's like telling her how her dad likes his tuna salad, and she doesn't care.
One unopened, so I would add another scoop of both. Your dad.
I'm gonna do it before I continue mixing.
Your dad really likes it to be not dry, so and then we'll refrigerate it and give it a chance to marry.
And we have more Hellmann's in the pantry, right?
Yes, I just confirmed that we have one unopened, so
one. Okay.
I'll be looking for a BOGO.
For BOGOs, yep. Thank you. Hey, moving up. Glad to see you here.
I like that. I would add another scoop.
Okay, this whole clip is sad to me. In fact, it was so sad to me that I can't comment. Like, you know, I worked very hard on my relationship with my mom. We're so close, but like for a while, she couldn't stand me, to be honest, because of my addiction. But now we're very close, and I am so grateful that like we go for BOGO for like acai bowls or shoes. Like she'll buy one, I'll get one free, or I'll buy one, she'll get one. You know what I mean? I'm so glad that we don't go BOGO on the mayo and get all excited. Oh, we still have one unopened in the pantry. Like, I don't feel like I don't even buy mayonnaise that often. Does anybody like mayonnaise that much to put that much in a tuna salad? And then here's my question for you. Why does Rosie come online and act so much better than Chantal and Foodie Beauty when she's really not? Every time I see this woman, there's food involved. She's always talking about how they cater to people. Well, woman, what are you doing? Like, every time I see you, you're eating food nasty or you're making it nasty some sort of way. I'm not convinced you're any better than either of them. Just saying. Did you guys know that Amberlynn has gained so much weight her bra has ripped? Don't ask me why we're talking about this, but at this point we've covered so many weird things. I kind of feel like I'm on a roll, and this is just where we're at in life, and I need to accept it, you know. At one point, I used to get my kicks from doing lines in a bar bathroom. Now I zoom in on Amberlynn Reed's bra because she outgrew it. This is where I'm at, and that's perfectly okay. I still wish she would stop doing her hair like that. It weirds me out. I don't understand how many chins one person is gonna fucking keep accumulating before they put down the fork. Like, Jesus. Rosie is the worst. Yeah, she really is. There was a whole Reddit dedicated to her. I've tried to go back and find it, and I can't find it. But basically, she was exposed. She would say that somebody forced her into feederism and all this stuff, but like on this Reddit, they proved that she was more than a willing participant. All kinds of stuff happened. She had a huge falling out with the creator. I think they were called Planet with a Palette, if I'm not mistaken. Where that person said Rosie basically started lying, like taking things that were going on in this woman's life and applying them to her own. It was a whole weird thing. You might be able to find it if you search Planet with a Palette Rosie Jean. It might come up. All right, I think that's all I have for right now. We know Foodie's doing cameos. A bunch of us sense it in the air. It feels like she's going to come back any day now. Today, we're supposed to get a big update from Paws Kuwait on the legal charges being pressed against Foodie Beauty and Salah. It hasn't happened yet. So I guess we'll see. If I see anything and it's worth going live for, we'll go live again and talk about it. If it's something I could just put up on my community post, we'll do that. Tomorrow, come mentally prepared for a Paws Kuwait stream, okay? We're going to be going through Twitters and looking at all the evidence. And I want you guys, I guess, to just know who they are, and then I'll feel better. I don't know how else to describe it other than that. I feel helpless in this situation, but what I can do is I can cover it. I can educate people on what we think is going on. And hopefully that saves an animal's life. I hope so. I really hope so. But I love you guys, and I want to thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you to my amazing mods and Breezy Bunch members. Again, if you have been blocked and you shouldn't have been, please reach out to me and I will fix it. We had a mod go rogue, and it got worse ever since then. So anyways, I love you guys. Thank you for hanging out with me. Have a great day, great evening, wherever you are. And I will see you in the next live stream. Goodbye, everybody. Oh, be kind. Thank you for gifting the membership. And Shauna, thank you, or welcome back. All right, bye, you guys.